Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Habitual Line Crosser. What is going on? HLC's agents, I've been waiting for. We got about, according to this, 316 in chat. Of course, Knox, as soon as I start talking, he wants to come say hello. As soon as I start speaking, he wants to say hi. Okay. I'm sure they hurt you. Their families hurt you through their... Stop it. I gotta pay him off. Right when the intro came on, flippin' love it. Thank you. I made that a long time ago, man. Honestly, I probably need to make a new one. I'm a little behind right now. Trying to make a lot of stuff. So looking for a new job after 31 years. Love what you do. Hey, man, thank you for being here. I tell you, going out into the world and doing something different is absolutely terrifying. But at the same time, it's so invigorating. You've been coughing all week. Turns out you have pneumonia. Ooh, hey, hope you feel better soon, my dude. Bribe rhetoric, good boy. Bruno heard him and his ears popped up. That's awesome. How the week was? Just got engaged. Hey, man, congratulations. That's what I'm talking about here. Get some horns in here. First time in my chat, Phoenix. Well, I want you to know alcoholism is on the left, depression is on the right. Be careful you don't trip and fall into any feelings. That's something I used to say quite often. And I'm going to bring it back. Fuck it. We're running it. HLC, you're a fan? I'm a fan of you, Slayer. The band. I don't know if you're actually Slayer, but, you know. You like Trains Thunder? I'm here for it. I'm not going to read the second part of your name because we're trying to stay without getting, banned by the YouTube monsters. How did Buff enjoy flying with our Hornets last Sunday? In other news, S300 got smoked by Cluster A TACMs. Did you see the drone footage? No, I haven't had a whole lot of time to look at any kind of news. Probably, so you guys know, just so you're aware of like what's going on in my life right now. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, right? What song do I use for an intro? I'll find out in 1 second. I got to remember the name of it. I'm buying a house. Well, me and Mrs. Linecrosser are buying a house. And we close on Tuesday. We're actually heading out of here to go buy the house. And I'm terrified. I'm excited. And I realize I wouldn't be where I'm at if it weren't for you guys supporting. And like I said, and it isn't even like a monetary solution or like support. It is a just watching my videos. That's all I ever ask, guys. Just watch. That's all I will ever ask of you is just watch my stuff, man. And I hope that, and I had a lot of comments today. I hope you read the description. I had a lot of comments today that I was reading through that I actually needed. Because, we're not always up. All the time. And I was reading through like Facebook had some, Twitter had some, and there was people reaching out like, hey man, you really do make an impact in my life and you really help me out. And that I can never thank you guys enough for those. Like those statements like that keeps me grounded. It reminds me why I started this. I started this from a very bad place and I didn't want people to feel the way that I felt. And the fact that it's being reciprocated it's such an amazing feeling. And I can never thank you guys enough. I want you to know that. So I did not see the S300 get smoked by the ATACMs. I need to look into that. And the buff about the Canadian Hornets, I did see that. It's an F-35, the Canadian Hornets, and the B-52, I think, right? They went up to go deal with the Tu-95, the Russian. I got a joke in my brain. Just haven't recorded it yet because tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, my next USA versus the world drops. I've worked tirelessly on this thing. And I say tirelessly, but I was exhausted the entire fucking time. Oftentimes I was getting off of work, coming home, and like editing until like 2200, just running myself into the ground trying to make it happen. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. It's a very requested country, so I put a lot of effort into it. I didn't want to fuck this up, so I did a whole lot of editing. I tried to be as light and as funny as I could, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I'm very excited for you to see it. With the new integration tech, the kid could launch a Patriot SM2 to intercept himself. Just the thought, love your work. So interesting you say that. Very recently, an SM6, it was simulated. It wasn't done real world, but it was simulated, fired off of the LTAMS radar. LTAM stands for Lower Tier Air Missile Defense Sensor. We will never call it the Ghost Eye because we're better than that. Remember that. All of you are better than that. Only you can haze Raytheon into changing the name of that fucking radar. So, yeah, they did that as simulated, which is, it's going, man. It's going. We love Franklin. I can tell you guys love Franklin. I will tell you, I can't stay to watch the stream. I want to say hi. Thank you, Joshua. HLC House Fun. Hey, man. Thank you guys. Like, dead serious. Thank you all. It doesn't matter if it's a penny, if it's whatever. I want you to know every single thing you guys do like that, I'm absolutely thankful for. And even if you can't and you just watch the videos, I'm fucking thankful for that. That's just, you guys keep me grounded. But anyways, I was getting at, I can tell you guys love Franklin by the amount of Franklin shirts that have sold. Like I logged in today because Bunker has a way that we can log in and like check how much of what is sold and where, when it was sold. And I went and I filtered by Franklin. I expected, a couple of shirts. Pages. I've never had a launch like that, guys. So it tells me, like, my brain immediately goes, they need more Franklin. So now Mrs. Linecrosser and I are spitballing our next Franklin design. So absolutely Franklin will continue to be a trend here. And you guys made it very clear you love that stuff. I survived a car crash past Tuesdays. Hey man, Frank, I'm glad you're here, my dude. My car's totaled, my left arm is still sore, my left ear got cut, some broken glass, but I'm here. Hey man, any day I spend upright is a damn good day. That's the way that I look at it. And I hope you see it that way too. Right now, I'm living strictly on a spite basis. Like I don't really care about growing old, but I want to absolutely outlive my enemies. So living at a spite. Hang on. So that kid, I don't know if you guys saw the post that I made. That kid who got a picture with the F-22 with one of my shirts and the test pilot, he just reached out to me. Hang on. Because I try and talk to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Let me see. Don't get me started on Raytheon. Raytheon in Tampa, Florida just went through a large series of layoffs. Really? Which is surprising because Raytheon's gotten a lot of contracts lately, but pales in comparison to Lockheed. Happy Friday. I ordered the new Kid Franklin shirt. Thank you so much, man. I would love to get a B-21 Stealthy Crater Maker when you create another one. Yes, that is on my list. I actually will probably recycle that statement, the Stealthy US Crater Maker, because it's a really good line. Just haven't figured out how I'm going to use it yet. I work for Delta. Oh, yo, 1040 TV? I'm sorry, homie. Yeah, your week was tough. I heard about that. Your uploads cheered me up during the hard work this week. Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you. Potentially Mark Kelly veteran.
Would you intercept me?
Oh, Wither's here.
I'd intercept me.
I have a question. With the current development of drones, do you think it will eventually turn into mini dogfighting?
I guess I really never thought about that concept. No. Because if drones go into dogfight mode, then it's going to be because we've created autonomous drones. That's my theory on it. I think two people with headsets on dogfighting, I don't think that's a reality. I think that programmed drones that are going to head into a strike and other drones that are programmed to defend the skies, that seems incredibly logical. Potentially Mark Kelly veteran astronaut as VP. What? Really? To the HLC house fund. Avoid the HOA. Oh, I lucked out. This is part of the reason I got the house. Again, I wasn't planning on getting the house. It's just, it really happened. The wife and I have been looking for a while. And it just kind of happened in the right way. But, so get this. The house it's a beautiful home. It's a little bit older, but that's fine. I live pretty humbly. That's the kind of the way I am. But it backs up to a golf course, which everyone immediately goes, boom, huge HOA. No. I have no HOA where I'm at. Some of the other people around me do. Nope. I do not have to be a part of the HOA, and I will never sign up for that shit. My week has been okay in the hospital most of this week for a fractured hip. Can't wait to see more HLC shenanigans and keep my spirits high, man. I hope you have a speedy recovery, man, clone, and take care of yourself, and I will try and keep the laughs going. Can you tell me more about the Mako missile? Well, unfortunately, not a whole lot is known, Cody. It is small enough to fit inside the weapons bay of an F-35 and an F-22, and they did that specifically so it could maintain stealth capability. But it's also going to go on all air platforms. It's not going to have the reach of the SM-6 that they put on the F-18 or what they call ASM or AIM-174. But rumor has it, I don't know how they've managed this, it actually maneuvers at Mach 5. And it's terminal at Mach 5. Now that's the big difference. So the Kinzel, does it go above Mach 5? Yes, at apogee, but not in its terminal phase. It's no longer accelerating at its terminal phase. This accelerates and continues to maintain that speed throughout the entirety of all of its phases of flight, which is fucking terrifying. Like when you really get down to it, but that's what little we know. Like there's not a whole lot to know about the Mako, and I have been vehemently paying attention to my buddy Alex Hollings. from Sandbox News. He sends me articles on it because he knows I'm interested in it. It's my missiletism, bro. Got broken up with Tuesday, and Franklin content has been doing wonders. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear about the breakup, but I will tell you from firsthand experience. So, again, nothing against my ex-wife. I wish her the best in her future endeavors, but if I ran into her on the street and she was like, oh, hey, how you doing? I would be like, I don't know who you are, and like, you know, tell her that I had an accident and I don't like to talk about it, but I don't remember a lot of people, and then I would just leave. Like that's kind of where I'm at. And but because of the experiences I had in that relationship, when it fell apart, and don't get me wrong, I was in a real low spot. That gave me a clear blueprint of what I would never deal with again. And I had a laundry list of red flags. I was only divorced. I was only single for like 3 years, which is wild, right? Like I didn't want to jump into another relationship. I used to tell my soldiers marriage is a scam. And then I met my missus, and I genuinely believe that she is 1 out of 8 billion people on this planet. There's so much that we just synchronize on in every way. It's really wild, man. So I promise you somebody's out there, man. Sorry. History of everything. Congratulations. It's so nice to see another creator who cares about mental health in men. Thank you for doing what you do. Hey, it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that needs to be talked about a lot, and it's something that needs to be destigmatized as much as humanly possible. And for some reason, there's as much as we push, and this is the thing that kind of pisses me off, as much as we push to try and speak about mental health and help people out with mental health, there's always going to be a demographic of individuals who just toughen up, you're being a bitch, like, and they don't realize that they're contributing to what happens to some of these people, man. Love the positivity and the funny fire lines. Ready to help HLC if you need. Raymond, I appreciate it, my dude. Did you hear about the F-35 getting into this? I did. I haven't made the joke yet, but we're getting there. Sorry, they're rolling kind of fast, guys. I'm trying to stay with it. I got some of my mods in here. Wolfram, Phoenix, what's up, guys? How long before Airbus Bushmasters for anti-drone? Interesting you say that. So, with this isn't missiletism. This is air defense-tism. So with the new kinetic M-SHORAD system, which is a striker with, it right now has 1 stinger pod on it, a 4 stingers, and then 2 man pad grips, and then a 30 mic. Ironically enough, I was asking Chris Cappy from Task and Purpose when I did that podcast with him. I was like, hey, do you know, like, I don't know why they went with this experimental 30 mic instead of the 25 that is tried and true. The Bushmaster is very capable. And according to him, this is what he got from his sources, is the smallest round that they can put airburst on is 30 mic. So they have to go 30 or bigger. So they got him.
Would you intercept me?
Zadok, what is up, my dude?
Me.
Boogie woogie. Cheers to a good Friday and for a good weekend to come. Should you be working this weekend? Cheers to you and get that green.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you so much, Zadok. That is, dude, I'm still floored. It doesn't matter if it's like $1 or anything else like that. I'm still just floored that, like, this is going to sound a little narcissistic, but I can't really think of another way to say it, is that I put such an impact on your guys' life that you want to do that for me. Like, it's still just, I grew up like a lot of you did, right? And this is why men excel in the military. Not because women are weak or anything like that, but because from a very, very young age, we are taught we are only worth what we produce. And that's, in the military, that's what, my job as a soldier is only worth the results that I get. And I know that. But I feel like it's still like an imposter syndrome. I don't really feel like I've earned any of this, so it's still a very strange feeling for me. But the way that, you know, Eli told me to look at it is like, you make these people so happy and you impact their life so much that they want to support you monetarily like that. And I couldn't be more thankful. Franklin plushie, blowtorching, and nugget. The plushies have been in high demand. I'm not saying fighting with Bunker, but I'm trying to get their buy-in. And I may have to go out on a limb, and what we may do, because, you know, for them, they're a business, and I don't get nothing against, Bunker has been phenomenal to me. But we may have to do like I order them and then ship them to Bunker, and then there's a limited amount that you guys can get. Don't know what that's going to look like yet, but it has been in the works. Like, I want plushies. I want them so fucking bad. And every single time I'm on the phone with Bunker Branding, Mrs. Linecrosser's like, talk to him about plushies. I'm like, if they hear plushie one more time out of my mouth, they're going to drop me. Like, that's... all right, got to catch up. White Feather Airsoft, thank you so much, my dude. Currently finishing up a 4-day military heat study. Can't wait to be done. Can't wait for my 300 AUD to be in my... A heat study? I've never even heard of a heat study. Can you please explain that to me? I'm trying to catch back up here. Moderator turned on slow. Thank you. I appreciate the slow-tism, man. I'm trying to catch up. 5 times now you confused Finnish hornets with Canadian.
Would you
Oh my God,
me?
Declan.
I'd intercept me.
Can't let Zadok outdo me. Also, here's to the house fund.
Thank you, Wither. Oh my
Would you
God.
intercept me? I'd intercept me.
I enjoy all your vids, dude, and I wanna support something right now. Found out my dad just screwed the family over. So, hope you are having a good stream.
Thank you guys so much. And I'm sorry to hear about that from your dad, dude. That sucks. It always sucks more when family screws you over, man. And I want you guys to know, like, I don't take anything for granted. And like I've said before, if everything went away tomorrow, I'd get another job, yeah. But I'd still make silly videos and still try to make people laugh. Like, for me, it's not about, financial gain or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that I'm living my dream because of your guys' support. Like, I never thought that I would walk away from the military and just be like, I get to be a full-time content creator. Like, that never even crossed my mind. So to see it happen is like, it's wild, man. It's so nuts. So 5 times you've now confused. Oh, we're going to hear this one. I got you.
Me? I'd intercept me.
You wanna bet with her?
Oh. I don't know how to feel right now. Thank you. I'm sorry. I need a plush for my hangover, or for your hanger. I'm working on it, man. 5 times you've now confused Finnish hornets with Canadian ones. Does that mean we Finns need to join the Geneva Checklist Club? Well, you Finns, I believe you already have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you had this guy, right? And it was during the Winter War.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Let's go band for band, Zadok.
I don't even know how to respond for that. Who am I rooting for, guys? Who the fuck am I rooting for? But anyways, you guys had this guy. He had a few sniper shots. Kind of an important fella during the Winter War, and he put in a lot of work against the Russians. So I personally believe that Finland was kind of already there. Like, you guys are there. But I did just hear, and I got to look into it. Somebody sent me that apparently the Canadians were disqualified from swimming because they were using a drone to videotape other people's swim practice. And I was like, that's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. I'm kind of jealous. So DHS rated Foyo, Dayton, Ohio. Really? Foyo? Root for Wither because he's the better one of the two of us. Okay, go Wither. You guys are amazing, honestly, man. I'm trying to catch up here. Sorry. Things are going through. It does this thing where it like drops down.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Root for Wither cause he's the better one of the two of us.
Oh man, I love your skits, Devin. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you again.
Me? I'd intercept me.
It's not the first time, so right now it's just disappointed. Honestly, your comedy really helps. So I'm glad to hear you are continuing and don't plan to stop.
I will never stop trying to make you guys smile and laugh, man. Thank you so much, Declan. Is it Declan? I'm sorry. I'm a little hooked on phonics and special, okay? I love your skits when you're in the bunker shop. Wonder what it would look like if Franklin got loose in there. I love that idea. And if we get Franklin plushies in there, you can bet I'm going to go on down to bunker and cause some fucking shenanigans.
I'd intercept me.
Root for Zadok, he has more time and money.
Do you guys know each other? Like, is it... Oh my God, I love it. It's great. Oh, I got to read this in Australian accent because he said it. Good day, HCL. Thanks for the giggles and dark times. 2 weeks sober despite a family bust up. First thing I do in the morning is check for a vid. Dude, I don't even know how to respond. Like, and it's not in a bad way. Number one, I'm fucking proud of you for how long sober? 2 weeks sober? Dude, super fucking proud of you. That is incredibly difficult to do. Like, absolutely proud of you, Rob. The second, like, that's one of the things you look forward to in your day. Like, for all of you guys, right? The things you look forward to in your day, like, is that I'm one of those that I can never repay you for the way you guys make me feel. Like the English language does not possess the words to express my gratitude for the support that I've gotten from you guys. Like, just watching my videos, commenting, interacting with them, telling me, like, I also love the hard truths. If my videos suck, I want to know about it because I want you guys to get the products you deserve, that I think you guys deserve. Like, you deserve good, funny stuff.
Would you intercept me?
Zadok again.
I'd intercept me.
That's a lie. Don't believe with her. And to answer your question, merpaps.
I got like Elon Musk and fucking Jeff Bezos in here just going back and forth, man. You guys are awesome, dude. That's crazy. Simo sends his regards. I love that. That was a fun line to say. August, thank you so much, my dude. It's not the first time right now. Okay. No, there we go. I did go. For some reason, my chat when I scroll down. Soccer. No. Oh, it's soccer. My bad, G Smith. See, you haven't looked into it. Enjoy your videos. Your characters' things are great. Thank you for taking the time in your life to do your videos. I saw one today, a new one today, regarding NORAD. Keep up the amazing work on your YouTube videos. No stress, no worries. Hey, man, I appreciate it, guys. And that's part of the reason I work so hard. Is like ultimately right now with the Army, it's like working 2 full-time jobs. But like that's the thing that I hang on to is because I've done it before. I don't want to push out a half-ass product. So I'll be sitting here like late at night, like I got to get this right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. Like I got to fix this. I got to do this. And I'm, a lesser man would be like, fuck this. They get what they get, but not me, man. Like and I'm not saying like I'm a great person, but I want you guys to enjoy the time. Like we have a finite number of minutes and seconds on this planet. And if you guys choose to use some of those on me, you deserve to have something that's going to make you smile and laugh, or at least think, Did you ever look up the South Korean arsenal ship? Hold on.
Would you
Here we go again.
I'd intercept me.
Me and Zadok have no relation.
But do you know each, like no relation as in family, or like you've never met each other? Do you ever look up the South Korean arsenal ship? I did, but I forgot what it said. I'm so sorry. I remember looking up the arsenal ship. Was it the one that was a fucking... It was literally just like nothing but VLS for like Aegis and other things that it could integrate with? Was that the one? Or was it like a drone fucking ship? I can't remember. I'm so sorry, man. I'm trying to keep with her. We do not know each other. Okay, I just read that. What's the whole Franklin thing? Guess I missed it. So, I didn't know it was going to become lore, Cessna. So, months ago, hell, probably a year ago, I made a joke about, like, because the kid was caught off guard. And he said, I was fighting a raccoon for a chicken nugget. Like, that's what he said. And it kept coming up. Like, people kept, like, bringing it up. Like, it was in the comment section for months. And they're like, what's up with this raccoon? Did he get the chicken nugget from him? And people kept bringing it up. And I was like, you know what? You guys love that? Me? I'm going to fucking send it.
I'd intercept me.
Got to admit, I'm surprised there is no Harrier character, British or American.
That's the thing. If Harriers were in the news more often, like that's right now I'm at the point where I only have so many voices. So like I'm waiting for something to pop up in the news. If Harriers were in the news more, absolutely.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Me and Wither have no relation.
Okay, Zadok. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Franklin is forever just like the buff. Yeah, I can't kill off Franklin. So later on I made a joke that a raccoon was helping him trying to escape the hangar, get the blowtorch. Or no, I think I came up with his name first. He's like, get rid of the raccoon. He's like, his name's Franklin and he's family. And that now we have Franklin the raccoon and he's helping the F-22 escape the hangar. I don't know how, like, the story kind of... A little part of me feels like I didn't have anything to do with the story. Like, it was there. I don't know, like, how to explain it. What's funny is somebody, I think it was Animarchy History, posted a picture of my F-22 character with my eyes and mouth. And he said something. I think it was, would you intercept me? And one of the comments was, I read that in his voice. And I commented, and I was like, shit, I did too. So, I'm starting to wonder who's in charge up here anymore. 23 reference for the next vid. I gave the kid a TV to watch Bluey on. He seems very into it. Figures to be needed after Boeing locked his hangar. Or being locked in his hangar, sorry. Hooked on phonics here, guys. I'm in the Army, right? So I wanted to do a 23 reference. Some people said that Japan was creating the 23, and I was like, I wanted that to be true because that would be a great rivalry to bring up. That would be so much fun. But like, there was nothing there. So Japan did initially start to design it, but then they discontinued it in 2016, and there's no plans of bringing it back. So I'm like, So I may like feature the 23 sooner or later, but I don't know if it'll be the next vid. There's also a fella buried at Arlington. You know him as Larry Thorne. We know him as Larry Torn. Really? I don't... That name is not ringing a bell. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel really bad because I don't know that name. Let me see. I gotta get back up. That's the tism at work. Absolute perfection. OCD trait. I know it well. You ever read shit and forget it, man? Imagine if Franklin fired the sprint. Oh. So I'm debating on... So I do want to deliver. By the way, Robin, good to see you here, man. I do want to deliver Franklin. I want to give you guys that character. I want to. And I've spitballed a few different ideas of how I'm going to deliver that character. And I think I got him nailed down. I don't want the appearance of Franklin to just be, hey, here's Franklin. I want it to be because it's a perfect fucking zinger. And I had, that's the part that I like. What is going to cause the introduction of Franklin? That's where like mentally I'm at. I want to give him to you guys. And I think I got the character fleshed out. But I don't want it to be there just because. Let me see. And then Weapon said the last of the U.S. Harriers is retiring. Yes.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Zadok truce.
Whether it's called a truce, I'm good with it. I'm good with the truce. Thank you guys both so much. Weapons, actually, I heard something very interesting recently. And you may be privy to it. I wasn't privy to it. So a friend of mine was working in a joint exercise with the Air Force. And some Air Force guy with stars on his shoulder boards, maybe like 3 or 4 of them. I don't fucking know. Oh, here we go.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
I could do that.
All right, truce. You guys are buddies now. Y'all better be buddies. Y'all better be cool. But anyways, so they were sitting with him, and he was asking questions, like about different aircraft and platforms, what they're doing. And he said, look, anyone who has told you the A-10 is getting retired is fucking wrong. It is one of the best ground support aircraft that we have. We are looking at how to upgrade it, but it is not going away anytime soon. So I thought that was kind of interesting because everyone's tracking that the A-10 is like, bye-bye. Not according to somebody with stars in the Air Force. Maybe you can introduce the F-35's brothers, B and C. I need to study them a little bit better, and I don't even, the picture I use, I couldn't tell you if that's an A, B, or C. Like, unless they're sitting next to each other, I can't tell the difference. Because I know the C, or at least I think it is, the C is the biggest one, because it needs those wings, because that's the STOL one, the short takeoff and landing. Franklin getting loose inside a warthog. But you don't eat crayons. Trying not to eat crayons. I did when I was a child. They were delicious. All right, I got to scroll up here. This man's name is Aegis is greater than Patriot Pack 3. Okay. Let's read what he has to say. I'm going to read it in my universal mocking voice. How nice of the Navy to let the Army have some SM6s. Maybe the Navy will do a Mako... You fucking asshole. Like, it's a good singer. Make a wish for Army Air Defenders. I can't talk shit right now. Like, I can't. Like, as much as I wanted to talk shit, like, the thing that the... what is it? What was the name of that ship? The most recent one, one of the destroyers out there. Like, the hell that they went through in that Red Sea... Like, I gotta respect it. I can't be mad. And I as much as, like, this is a rivalry here, I know you guys would also be like, good job, Army, if we had done it. So, I give you the same good job, Navy. Bastards. That Finnish soldier was in a Sabaton song? You're talking about White Death, right? Or is it the other one? Been watching your channel for a long time. All I can say is when the kid gets an air-to-air or air-to-ground confirmed, it'll be the most glorious day on this channel. Honestly, I'm kind of fearful because I know, like, my alerts on all of my stuff, except for, like, a few choice things, are muted. They're just, I can't keep up with them. I just can't. I'm tagged in like hundreds of things on every platform every single day. And I hope you guys understand that, right? I try and see as much as I can, but I don't see everything. And I didn't really fully understand that until I was on this side of it. I know my alerts are going to be 1,000 times worse. And I know all of my mods are going to DM me like, what are you doing? This just happened. You need to, like, and I know with bated breath, everybody is going to be waiting for that upload. And I'm just probably going to name it The Kid Finally Got It. Like, that's all, the only name. And everyone's going to immediately know, oh my God, this is the moment. I hope I can live up to the expectation. I really do. There we go. Sorry. I got that one already. I'm trying to catch up here. Just found out both Israel and Palestine are both in the Olympics. Really? I mean, hey, I don't mind. So here's the thing that I've realized about most war, Haven Lady, at least in my experience. Again, I don't know about well, I know a little bit about insurgencies. I fought one, but do I have an issue with Russian policies? Yes. Do I have an issue with Russian oligarchs? Yes. Do I have an issue with the Russian president? Yes. But an average Russian person walking down the road, we're not enemies. I got no beef with you. Now, if you are ordered to kill me or I am ordered to kill you, hey, that's the laws of war, man. We got to do what we got to do. But, and I think that dehumanizing others in any conflict is a really bad thing to do. But notoriously, we've done it throughout history. The Japanese even talked about Americans as if they were inhuman. Hell, they told everyone the Marines ate people, which might actually be true, but, you know, that's beside the point. I would not put it past Marines to cannibalize humans. Wouldn't put it past them. Have you met Marines? They're interesting characters. I love Marines. They are the most hands-off military branch I've ever fucking seen. Like, when I work with the Air Force, like, can you get me? Can you get me? I've never really worked with the Navy left, you know, too tightly, because the Army and Navy don't, but the Air Force does, and the Army. And every time I've worked with the Marines, they're like, we got it. They don't need shit. Marines are interesting to work with. Oh, they're the same person. Is Simo Haya? Name something else? I'm sorry! Weapons! For the booze fund. I'm not drinking tonight because I got to leave early in the morning tomorrow. So I'm just having some water, but I appreciate it, Kenneth Jenkins. Have you done some research on the 3003? You're going to hate me for this. No, but here's what I did, Robin. I remember I was sitting here one day. I had just finished editing something, and I was like, 3003. And I was like, 3003. And then my phone rang. And I never hit search on the Google search. And I didn't realize that happened until just now. I'm so sorry. I'm so incredibly sorry. Someone said, where's Grandma Buff?
So what happened is a long time ago, her name was Eustace, and she's gone now. She's still alive, but she's fucking dead to me. And what happened was she ran off with this U-2 dragon lady, which sounds like a really fucking feminine name for a goddamn aircraft. Anyways, and yeah, so that happened.
Sorry. Franklin must free the F-22. The kid needs to stalk the female J-20s. Smugly talking about the Great China. That's actually not a half bad idea, man. I like it. Ukraine took out a Russian airbase in Crimea with ATACMS. I saw that. Russian navies retreated from their port again. So here's the thing. Here's what I know about. Here's what I know about. I can't say I know it, but okay. As a radar guy, I'm a radar guy, right? I deal with my radar. I don't know about Aegis. I've never heard of an Aegis breaking down very often, aside from the engine room, because my sister works in engineering. There's two absolutes in air defense. There's two absolutes. Number one, someone's going to fail their evaluation, and number two, your radar is going to break. I'm telling you, you can take a Patriot radar, perfectly fine, pack it up, move it 2 inches, unpack it. Something's broken. I don't know what it is. Patriot radars, like, they're great radars. They're phenomenal fucking radars. Like, when I tell you that's a bad radar, that's a bad radar. The Aegis is just bad, okay? The Spy 1, Spy 6, whatever Spy they're on now. But that's, yeah, they're notoriously unreliable. I love it, but it's, so when I didn't see Russia pouring that kind of money into their equipment, I was like, that's a problem. That's a big problem. P.S. Freezing commies has never been illegal. Regards, Simon. And he would be the absolute...
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Simo Hauho and Laurie Tawny are two different people.
Oh my god! Alright, Laurie... I'm gonna look him up, okay? I gotta Google it now. Laurie Tawny...
Would you intercept me?
Oh my gosh.
I'd intercept me.
A fun interaction going back to the Harriers would be if you have both the American Harrier and the British Harrier both meet up in a museum setting and they just argue about the better platform as both countries watch in awe.
That's actually not a half bad idea. I could do that for a lot of museum aircraft. That's actually a pretty good idea. That one's going in my brain. I like that. Forget the 23. What about the 101 Voodoo or the Thunder Screech? I have thought how to deliver the Thunder Screech, but I will also tell you that I do not believe I could do the Thunder Screech justice. So, the next time I am around my good friend Nick, the Fat Electrician, I will have him voice the Thunder Screech. That is my goal. Planetism? I don't have planetism, man. Some of y'all aircraft people, I love y'all, but dude, you guys are... So I've used the wrong picture on a C-130 and got emails about it. Hey man, we don't use that model anymore. We got to here's the picture you need. I'm like, Jesus, how do you know? Let me see. 2 things. Guest appearance of Zach Hazard for Franklin. I'm not sure who Zach Hazard is. Arsenal ship was 48 SAM cells, 32 cruise cells, and 15 ballistic cells, and 2 ICBMs. Yeah, that does it. That was the one I was reading about. Just literally nothing but fuck. Well, there is a 5-inch gun on the front deck. But behind the 5-inch was additional, if I remember correctly, was additional VLS. There's a lot of VLS. The Carney, there we go. That was the ship that was out there. Carney put in fucking work, man. Thanks for introducing Titanfall to me. I beat the campaign on Master in the second playthrough and been loving the multiplayer. Man, Titanfall was just gone too soon, man. Like, it's such a good game. I need to play it again. Time is the one thing that I haven't had. Like this morning, I got up, shot out of bed, just so you guys know what my day looked like. I got up, shot out of bed, put on my dress uniform, went over, did a graduation, came back home, changed, went over to got meds, went to the bank, got deposit funds for my house, then went and got pills for Knox, and then I went and got Pike Pass for my car and my wife's car, and then we had to pick up dinner. We came back here, ate dinner, and now I'm streaming. Like that's that was my day. So it's no time. I can't remember the name of the project or ship. How do you feel about aircraft potentially replacing mouse monkeys and launching Patriot from the air? I don't like being called a mouse monkey, but it makes fucking sense. I don't think it'll ever fully happen. I think that they will have Patriot interceptors in the air. I think that will absolutely be a real possibility because Patriot interceptors are really, really good at anti-air. Like they're phenomenally well built for anti-air. They're also 3,000 pounds. They're huge. But as for replacing, there's a lot of things that a ground-based system can do that an air platform just cannot. Like the amount of radar resources that you need.
Would you intercept
glue
me?
for brains.
I'd intercept me.
No bro, the Thunder Screech should be voiced by that Vuvuzela filter that YouTube had for April Fools back in the day. It sounded like locusts.
I'll see if I can find that filter. If I can get voice filters on some of my videos, I think it's going to be a whole different world. But so when I'm talking about radar resources, now time to go to radartism. Okay. Radars are not necessarily limited by how much... How do I word this? They're limited only by the amount of power that they produce. It's not how much you can see, it's how much you're able to see. Now, I know that sounds like a really simple idea, but you got to understand what I'm able to see is I got to turn off radar beams that are pointing at mountains, pointing at buildings, and pointing at things like that because I need radar resources for the air. And every time you launch a missile, especially if it's a track while search interceptor or track while search radar that is sending, track via missile beams to that missile, everything is pulled from amount of power. And if you're searching at a long distance and you're tracking multiple targets out there and now you're demanding more, hey, I need more power because I need to be able to guide this missile in, There's a finite number of power. And the only reason that becomes an issue is the F-18, great platform, great radar. I would never talk shit about it. But when it comes to radars in general, I don't know if it has the amount of power you would need to track everything up there and guide that interceptor in. Does that make sense? Laughing in sonar is better? You better not. Post-intercept clarity. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's wonderful. That is phenomenal. Intercept a beer for the kid from Australia. Good eye champs. Hey, thank you so much, man. I love my Aussies. I partied with some Aussies when I was in UAE. Dude came over and called his friend the C word, and I was like, we're friends tonight. Like, just come over here and hang out. I just wanted him to keep calling people the C word because Americans can't get away with that shit. Aussies, it's like the word shit. Like, it's not a big deal. And that was so much fun, man. I had a great time with those guys. I was just asking them all sorts of questions about what they do, where they're from, and the areas they're from. Turns out, I imagine, granted, I've never been to Australia. I imagine that everybody who's not in Sydney lives like the beginning of the movie Crocodile Dundee, and I'm very incorrect on that. I'm okay with being incorrect on that. I've never been to Australia. I want to eventually. Don't know when, but I do want to go to Australia. I'm so curious about the Franklin voice. Oh, don't you worry about a thing, G. Smith. I'll get you. Almost forgot. There was a third fellow whose nickname was Terror of Morocco. He got the French Foreign Legion. Got in the French Foreign Legion before the Winter War. The Terror of Morocco. I like that name. I'm going to have to look him up. I'll put him in the notes. Where's my pen? Good history lesson for the buff to do Operation Chrome Dome. I am familiar with Operation Chrome Dome. Talking to B21 or P2, talking crap to B1. For those of you unaware, correct me if I'm wrong, Gunfox, it's been a little while since I read about it. Operation Chrome Dome is when, for like a 6-month period, the United States had rotated strategic bombers outfitted with nuclear capabilities over the North Pole, just near Russia, nonstop for like, I think it was like 6 months to a year, somewhere in there. There was never a time when there wasn't a bomber up there with them in that amount of time, which is so fucking cool. It's gangster. The Terror of Morocco. Sorry if the camera's shaking. I'm shaking my whole thing. I think I spelled Morocco, but I'll get it in the morning. Well, I won't get it in the morning. I'm heading out of town. Obi-Wan Nairobi? What? You're free to have the idea I write books, so I just got the ideas I got to get rid of so I can write. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Which Olympic team do you think might win the most gold medals? America, all day long. Sorry. There's 2 teams at the Olympics this year. There's America and the losers. That's I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh man. Cast upon the Growler Squadron is coming for you, Patriots. Don't Robin St. Pierre? Your mom's a hoe. I'm sorry. Dixie, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that as well. Hold on. I'm still scrolling up. You are the best. Long live the buff. Thank you so much, Uncle Sam's Misguided Children, United States Marine Corps. What is up? Man, I missed a lot of them. I think I heard radar enough. Sorry. Got some wild histories of Aegis tracking stupid things at dumb ranges. Long story, NASA was angry with us. Yep. Okay, so to be able to tell the missile where it is, you have to be able to tell the missile where it isn't. And if you can't tell the missile where it is, it's never going to know where it isn't. But if the thing guiding the missile doesn't know where it is, then it obviously doesn't know where it isn't. So what I'm getting at here is the radar has to know exactly where it is. Someone's going to clip that and be like, what the fuck? That's full autism. Now, Patriot, we in place with GPS data. Or we can do it manually. If case, we jam GPS, we're invincible. That's cool. Give me a compass. Fucking retard. I probably shouldn't have said that word. Anyways, and Aegis has to do that on the ocean. So I don't know how true it is, and I would love to get behind closed doors in a SIPR environment with some Aegis radar guys. But from what I heard of how that radar figures out where it is, fuck. If I told you guys, number 1, I go to jail, but number 2, you'd be like, no, that's not a thing. That's not real. Yeah, no, that's real.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Alright, I got to go. Also, me and Zadokar have no connection. P.S. It's payday.
Thank you so much, Wither. And you and Zadok are great guys. Oh, man. Oh, Aegis.
I'd intercept me.
HLC and getting aircraft facts and figures right. Can you name a more toxic relationship?
Am I fucking up that bad, bro? I'm sorry. Leave me alone, okay? I don't know that much about aircraft. I'm a missile guy. My missile shit is on point. Okay, all right, let me catch up. You should do an alt version of your skit with the Russians, Tu-95 like the buff in the MiG-29. That might be fun. I have brought in the Tu-95 before. I have done that. And I think I've done the Su-57. I don't think I've done any MiG-31s or anything like that. All right, got that one. Got that one. I'm scrolling back down to catch up. Zach Hazard is gun/game YouTuber who voices Raccoon. Really? Zach Hazard. I'll remember that because my favorite boat in Hydro Thunder way back in the day was Rad Hazard. The one that looked like a dinner plate. That was the one. No need mandatory fun to do Screech. Just the whole time. Howdy again from Florida. Floridians don't say howdy. No, it's okay. I feel like Florida should have a bit of an old man voice mixed in with the regular one, as Florida is also known as a retired state. Is it the #1 economy in the U.S.? I'm not even being a smartass. I thought that was either Texas or California. And I'm not being a smartass. Maybe it's GDP. Isn't GDP directly correlated? I don't fucking know, man. Oh, man. You're going ADA soon. Which system should I hope or pick for? And I don't pick how. Okay, so this actually just changed. This is a super important thing. So now the Army hasn't done undesignated in such a long time. But what you're doing is now you pick a field for 13 series, which is field artillery, and 14 series, which is air defense artillery. I am a 14 Echo, Patriot Fire Control Enhanced Operator Maintainer. That is my job. We have 14 Echo, 14 Golf. Golf is, I don't know, they do shit with like network integration and fucking Atom BAEs and shit. I don't know. They're spicy hotels, because then you have 14 hotels, which are like the network guys. They can read an op task link. I can't. I don't even know what a fucking J10 message is. Shit's like German to me. And they're like, oh yeah, well it ties to this and correlates with this time slot. And you know what you have to do is fucking hotels and golfs are weird, man. But anyways, there's tangos, which are my launcher dogs. The guys who go down and power up my launchers. And then you have Papas, which are the short range air defense guys. What I would do, I like high mat air defense. I like the Patriot aspect of high mat air defense. It's all the rest of the dumb shit we do that drives me up a wall. So I like being the guy on the console and doing the job. I'm all about that. Wiki page on Operation Chrome Dome in your Twitter DMs. Thank you, Gunfox. I probably got it all fucked up. Care to talk about the hairy situation Buff got into in the 70s? I got to hear myself with a good Buff voice.
No, we don't talk about those anymore. That's between me, them, and Hugh Hefner.
I answered your question by adding more confusion to it. I got you. Send a Discord DM with a list of 35 external features that help show the model's differences. I always look for them myself to tell them apart. I would actually really like to be able to tell the difference between the different versions of F-35. So I will check my Discord DMs from NatFrog. Thank you. Much appreciated. I vote for Eli Double Tap to do Franklin's voice. I have a video idea. It's not like the characters videos, but I have a video idea that next time I go down to Unsub, I'm going to be like, Eli, I need you to do this with me. And I think it's going to be hilarious. Texas voice to talk Poland. Old CB checking, reiterating that Franklin his finger on the launch button with Grandpa Buff in the background. Young, I said lunge, not launch. I like that, actually. And I fuck with y'all CBs, man. I get along with y'all CBs. You guys did your job well. Got a question. Does no one talk about the logistical supremacy of the U.S., the planes, trains, and the insane number of trucks we have? That's actually a great thing. So Chris Cappy very recently was talking about Russian airload capability on Task and Purpose. He's a good friend of mine. And so he put out on his Twitter, he's like, hey, is anyone a logistician that, can talk me through logistics? Well, the guy who I work with, his name is Mike. He's the owner and operator of Aerial Resupply Coffee. Believe it or not, yes, I know I'm a partner with them and I'm sponsored with them, but Aerial Resupply Coffee, it's actually really fucking good coffee. And it's never not going to be veteran owned and operated. It's never going to go public. I'm very happy to be a part of that company. And I got in on the ground floor and I'm all ARC. It's really, really good company. But the guy who runs it, Mike, is a retired logistics major. So he knows a thing or two. So I shot Chris his information. I was like, hey man, this dude's gonna be able to help you out. So the video he made was from a friend of mine. Their bloody legend is payday needs to be a thing. I think it was on Sandbox, a project that also allows aircraft to be part of the system, not radar, and initiate launch from the ground. Yes, my buddy Alex talked about that. So this is an offensive version of Patriot. Well, not Patriot, of IBCS. IBCS is a system I worked on for 4 years. Stands for the Integrated Air and Missile Defense Battle Command System. And what it does is their whole thing is any shooter, best shooter, best sensor, best effector. Really just depends on the week that Northrop Grumman feels like putting something up. And so in 2019, you guys can go right now, and if you want to leave the chat, that's fine. If you go right now, you can go to YouTube and type in IBCS Flight Test 5. And what you'll see, is that in 2019, I was the shooter. I shot 2 Patriot PAC-2 interceptors, and I engaged 2 MQM-178s, and they were flying a cruise missile profile, but I couldn't see both of them on my Patriot sensor organically. So my missiles were guided in by F-35s. So just because you guys are kind of hearing about these systems coming online, we've been in development for a long time. IBCS still has a long way to go. Someone said Protocol 4. I just saw it with her. They're dead asleep. They haven't seen it. There we go. All right. Sit. Good boy. Hang on. People want to see you. They always want to see you eat. Come on up. There you go. Oh, that's my nuts. That's my nuts. Please don't jump down. Please get off of my nuts. All right, I love you, dude. Oh, that was Dad's Kibbles and Bits. Oh man, that was not fun. Oh, GDP is California, I think. Okay. All right, Knox, go lay down, bud. I think yeah. So that's the program. That's the defensive version of the program. They have an offensive one coming out too. They're going to be 2 separate networks. Which how they're going to work those in parallel, I don't know. Hey, HLC first live stream. Wanted to ask if you would ever make a video about ICBM interception and why there are very few systems for that. That's actually, I would really have to get into GMD, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's actually not a half bad thing to teach about. I'm here for it. ICBM interceptions. Yeah, I'm behind you 100%. I will get into that. The worst U.S. combat aircraft. Ooh. That's a tough one. Because, like, they all... Are we talking current production or, like, ever? Because, like, current production, I can't make it... Like... Because they all have their benefits. Like, an F-22 is a better turner than an F-15, but an F-16 is a better turner than an F-22, but an F-22 is significantly more expensive than an F-16. Like, there's so many bouncing back and forth. Hey, HLC, did you like your Laffy B-Day meme I made? Hell yeah, I did. Hold on. Why is Mandatory Fun Day so jacked and why does he make me feel weird in my pants? I'm going to take a picture of that and send it to him right now, Tiger Claw. That is too goddamn funny, bro. All right, hold on. I just sent it to him. We're going to find out. Bro can make a movie. I'm trying, man. Well, I'm actually working on a couple different things. One of them is a TV show. So, like I said, guys, I'm going a million miles a second. So I'm in Walmart the other day wearing my "Would You Intercept Me" shirt, and another grown man walking past me whispers, That is the best interaction. If you could have got that on video, bro, that is the best interaction I've ever heard from any of my merchandise. And Brandon, I fucking love it. That is wonderful, my dude. Oh, man. Oh, Hunter Moss is having a birthday? Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Hunter Moss. We're gonna... Oh, Mandatory Fun Day. His response is, his exact words are, tell him I love him. That's that's wonderful. Look up Elahu. Oh man, I'm not going to spell it. He deserted from Israel to join the French Foreign Legion to hunt down the camp guard in World War II to his family. No shit. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put it in my Google search because it'll be saved in my searches, just like a lot of other weird stuff. I would have not been able to pronounce that. Yep. Romanian Jew of Moldovan descent. Yeah. He said, is that your Discord? All right. Worst U.S. combat aircraft. Okay, so currently I can't pick one. But in the past... I'm like burning through aircraft in my brain. I'm going to hurt some feelings here. The F4 Phantom. Oh, and the only reason I picked that, it was a powerhouse. Don't get me wrong. It was fast. It was powerful. It could carry a lot. It had no guns. Couldn't maneuver for fucking shit. Well, at least from what I know. Again, I don't know a lot about it, so I'm just... Someone said F-111 Aardvark. No, the Aardvark is just... It's such a cool aircraft, man. Like, it's just... Somebody went, I want this thing that's the size of a fighter jet to be able to carry a bomber payload. Like, that's just... It's such an American thing to do. Video skit, have Franklin F-22 go on a pranking spree on Grandpa Buff, 35, 15, and 16, just a little slice of life video. I could get down with that. A little pranking. I don't know how I would do that with the characters, but I could see what I could do. The F-7U, I would say Thunder Screech because it hurt the pilots. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, we could go with Thunder Screech. Cool idea, but shitty plane. That's fair. I'm good with that. Logistics, the U.S. military can do 90% of the average person would not believe the amount of shit we can... Oh, I'm telling you, the amount of shit Uncle Sam can move is fucking nuts. History lesson, U.S. shipped cakes and turkeys to Europe for the troops to have Christmas turkeys. Yep. It was funny as shit. Because, like, I can imagine, like, the Brits... And again, I love my British friends in here, man. Like, if you're British in here, I love you guys. But I can just imagine the look on a British general or admiral's face when the U.S. shows up like 3 years into the war. We're like, hey, where do you guys want me to park my ice cream ship? It's just so other fucking worldly, man. Angry Cops is Franklin and the Fat Electrician is the Iowa class. He has done an Iowa class for me before. He did the whiskey, the Wisconsin. What was the name of that video? I think it was called Don't Touch the Boats. Does Aegis bounce off the atmosphere for distance? I'll never tell. No, but we do bounce signal off the atmosphere. It's called a tropo shot. It's pretty unreliable, but I've gotten a couple of them. In World War II, U.S. railroads logged 2 trillion freight miles and moved 70% of the nation's freight source. Oh, yeah. This is the thing. I grew up, my dad was a firefighter and a trucker. He was a volunteer firefighter and a trucker. And I know that this country is... maybe a week's or 2 weeks worth of shipments, not by rail or by road, away from complete and utter like anarchy and falling apart. If the trucks and the trains stop, we are fucked. Logistics is incredibly important. F-35. Did you say the F-35B is the worst aircraft? Whoa! Be over 18 if you join the Discord. Yes. Lockheed Martin may have a new stealth coating for the F-22 that is more durable. Because I know they have to repaint them pretty often. 6th Gen Fighter program. And so here's the thing. And somebody brought this up. We were talking a while ago. I can't remember where I was. Hell, it might have even been in here. I remember saying these things as like, I am relatively confident that the U.S. has finished designing next generation air dominance. I'm almost positive. Like, they've got a model, they've flown it, they know how it works, they've done everything. All the R&D is done. The program is done. And then they stuck it in a top secret vault, stashed it away somewhere, and they're like, not yet. Because, like, realistically, the F-22, the F-35, the network integration systems, and the radars we have right now are so fucking far ahead of what everyone else has. Not everyone, most of everyone else has, that it's not even needed. It's really not even needed. So instead of spending $17 billion on a new next generation air dominance program, you could spend $5 billion and upgrade some F-22s. So I think that that's probably the way they're going. Knox is a chunky fat bork bork. He is. He has a medical condition. It's called fat. To Mandatory Fun Day. I love him too. He can hit it. I'm sending it to him, Tiger Claw. I'm sending that to him. I got my hands up in front of the fucking camera. Come on, flip around. There we go. Hi, Boss Wolf Army. Let me see. Still stand by King Trout for Franklin. I don't know Nico that well. King Trout I'd fuck with though. Like nothing against Nico. Like so I want you guys to know, like there are certain creators that don't like other creators' content. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Like Nico had never heard of me. He'd never like known anything about me. When I met him, he was cordial, he was polite. I have no reason not to like the guy. I like his content. He doesn't, consume mine. That's okay. Justin Nunley. I've tagged him in videos and I've like, tried interacting with the guy a little bit. I love his videos. He doesn't follow me. He never really talked to me. And that's fine. So I just want like everyone to be clear that that's perfectly fine. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to get the F. You're right. F4 wasn't good. I mean, opinion, right? Did HLC just become the pivot man between Mandatory Fun Day and Tiger Claw? Oh, well, I'm getting banned now. I just refer to myself as a pivot man. He got 3 months as punishment for desertion. No clue why. I still stand by King Trout. Yeah, we already went through that one. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up, guys. Tell you how my week was needing more content from you. I enjoy your content so much. Wish we would do 2 episodes a day. The kid in the buff for my heroes. I wish I could. Once I'm out, I'm either going to go longer or I'm going to go like I'm experimenting with a couple of different things. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a couple of them, couple more, and maybe like some shorts and stuff to just get it out there to you guys and let you enjoy something. I'm not opposed to it. Just right now, time is a big constraint for me. But I really appreciate you guys being so patient and hanging out here with me. I made OC characters off the ice cream ships of World War II for Azure Lane. Papa's World War I grunt, gun to power. I love it. Wife was a battleship that after Pearl Harbor went on a rampage against the Japanese. No, the NGAD wouldn't even have an outline yet. Really? Again, that's just my opinion. Okay. Tell you how my week was. Oh, sorry, we got that one already. Hey, F4 isn't that bad, even though the 14 and 15 stole its thunder. Whoa. I like you there, Rampant. I can't say stole its thunder. Whoa. My computer just made some loud ass noises. I wouldn't say stole its thunder, but the F-14 and F-15, I feel like could have bodied an F-4 Phantom. Again, the F-4 was way older. Well, not way older, like 20 years older. And in the world of aircraft, not that much older. Because people like, oh yeah, F-16s are dangerous. Bro, they were made 50 years ago. Like, they were designed 50 years ago. 60 years ago, almost. Actually, I think they were like 1962? 64? Something like that. Gotta make my bi-weekly request. Can I get a hell yeah? I'd love a Growler shirt. I gotta get the character in more, but I'd be down with it. What's good? Sorry I'm late. Well, we're just chatting. Any chance Angry Cops collab? I have collabed with him once before. He's a great guy. It's just collabs are really, really hard. So I got a text from Mrs. Linecrosser. Okay, nothing came through. I got a text and it said image and I went to open it and there's nothing there. It's been a while to remember things. Still waiting for USS Texas, manned by the Marines. Give Texas. Oh, yeah. I've tried getting the Arlie Ermy voice. I can get the cadence down. I just cannot get the tone down. I don't know. The F-4 Phantom, what a brick they made, fly with 2 giant engines and loads of aerodynamic band-aids. Look at wings and tail and nose angle. Yeah, again, fighting against ultimately insurgents in Vietnam, like the VC, it did its job. Fighting against the NVA, it was struggle busing. The B-15 is the worst combat aircraft. I'm unfamiliar with the B-15. I would have to look into it more. Gosh darn it. There we go. Okay, I've caught up a little bit. Mandatory Fun Day got too much hate on the Unsub podcast. I stand with him on Sly Cooper. It's the only reason I kept upgrading PlayStation consoles. You know, everyone's got their things. Sometimes I get a lot of hate. You know what I love though is so because I'm relatively new to Twitter. Again, Twitter's a cesspool. I literally just shitpost in there, guys. Like, don't take anything I say seriously. Every once in a while, there is like somebody who says something about like Patriot, and I'll just like comment like, it's not exactly how it works. Oh, really? And then someone will get in the comment section and be like, he's not the one, guy. He's not the one. All right, bro. I'm just a dude who's been doing it my whole adult life. Fuck it. I don't know shit. Shoots down missile Patriots here. F-16 was not designed in the 60s. Hold on. I swear to God I read that. I swear to God I read that. Hold on. I'm off. There was a 6 in it. I was right. Oh, no, the first one. First F-16A rolled out on 1976. 1976, okay? Don't judge me. Been to Yellowstone camping since Saturday until tomorrow. No shit, man. I'd love to go up to Yellowstone sometime in my life. Words are hard tonight. If you were to assemble an integrated air defense system, what non-American systems would you pick to supplement the Patriot? That's actually a really good question. I love the German Gepard. Not for any other reason than I just think it's cool as fuck. I really love it. NASAMs fill a pretty a good SHORAD role. Iron Dome is a very good short-range air defense system. Now over top, I mean, we got like Patriot THAAD, like on up is we're pretty good. It's the underside that is a little bit harder. So our high-mat air defense has been pretty well tested throughout the years. Our short-range air defense hasn't been as tested. And I'm not saying it's not good, it's just it hasn't been battle-proven. Patriot is one of the most battle-proven systems that the United States has. THAAD got its first taste of battle in 2022. An Emirati THAAD system engaged a really, really, really high-up fucking Houthi missile. If you guys never heard about that, it's a real thing. I have a piece of the USS Texas from donating to... No shit, man. That's awesome. Oh, Mr. Dyslexic. That's me. No suggestions on what to watch. I'm sorry. USA gave enough food to the USSR to give their army enough food for every soldier, one full meal a day. USA would be told by the USSR to remove the head stamps, the ammo we ship them. Really? I know we did. We gave them a lot of shit. We gave them a lot. The Lend-Lease, like they got Shermans, they got fucking everything. Gepards, the bane of helicopters and War Thunder. Again, I don't know how effective the system is. I mean, Ukrainians have been using it pretty effectively. I think it's cool. I just think it's fucking cool. No need for sure when you have good guys doing bar cap. To those in Yellowstone, don't be a Turon. Stay away from the animals. Yeah, there was. I remember. Was it last year or the year before? There was a buffalo that had mauled like 4 people, and they were like, "You need to, They told like the wildlife people, like, you need to, get rid of that thing or euthanize it or something because it's dangerous." And they were like, "Don't fuck with the buffalo. Like, don't fuck with the bison." It's pretty simple. What a week for you two YouTube account. Katusha Mur mounted on Chevy trucks. I'm not familiar with Katusha. Like Katusha rockets? Those are the rockets, right? Did I ever check out the Anime Gate? I have not. I have not had time to. I do have the app you guys told me to download to watch it. It's downstairs on my fucking TV, and I was just like, I haven't had time to watch it. I mean, I say I haven't had time though. Last night, sorry, I got the weird hiccups right now. Last night I watched Ricky Stenicki with my wife. She wanted to sit down there and just have a little us time because we haven't had a whole lot of that. And I was like, that's fine. And we watched Ricky Stenicki. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, forget about opinions about John Cena. That shit's hilarious. I was pissing my pants laughing. What is my favorite bomber? No buff. Here's the B-17. If I can't choose buff, If we're going classic bombers, B-25 Mitchell. And that's just because of the Doolittle rate. Okay. If we're going modern, I like the B-2. The B-2 is just such an iconic, like, piece of equipment. When people see that, they're like, that's $2 billion flying over top of you right now that no radar can fucking find. Like, it's such a cool piece of equipment. It really is. Which rifle do you prefer between the Springfield M1899 Krag Carbine and the Springfield 1903 Universal Short Rifle? Robin, I wish I could give you a better answer here. I'm unfamiliar with both of those weapon systems. I'm not as gun tuber as my gun tuber friends, you know. I wish I had something to help you out with. Your cousin committed... I'm sorry, Booger Sugar, man. That fucking sucks, dude. Like, that's... Guys, I want y'all to listen up here real quick. Taking your life is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. The best piece of advice I was ever given was by Staff Sergeant Casey Grakowiak. I had some low times in my life, and he taught me it's not the obstacles in your way, it's how you overcome those obstacles that defines who you are. And since that day, I've treated everything in my life as an obstacle. No matter how tough it gets, it's like, it's not, I'm not going to get through this, it's how can I get through this? How can I get through? How can I get over, around, under? What can I do? There's always something more I can fucking do. And what's interesting is 3 weeks after he told me that man was killed by a roadside bomb. I never forgot that. And that's the way I look at it, is like his legacy is living on through me because he gave me that piece of advice and it changed my life. So I hope I can share that with you guys. All right, let me see. Try to catch up here. A new destroyer gave him kid energy. Will you touch me? I touch me. No, keep away from me. I may do that with some frigates. That would be kind of fun because the frigates are like the new kids on the block. I mean, like we had frigates before, but we brought them back. Stealth bombers are fucking sexy. It really is. Peacekeeper or Minuteman? Ooh. Minuteman for capability, Peacekeeper for look. Peacekeeper was just better looking. Sorry, Minuteman, like it looks like a shrunken down Saturn V. Like I got it. Like, you know, it has nothing to do with the payload delivery system, but still. Oh, that is what Mrs. Linecrosser was sending. Hold on, I gotta text her back real quick. Here we go. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, that's a... Hang on, before I get to you, Aaron, I want to read this. UK Rangers or US Rangers? US Rangers, because we've been doing it longer. Now, the United Kingdom has had special operations for a very long time, but Rangers are relatively new. And the only reason I know that is because 3rd Special Forces Group out in White Sands, they used to come and train out there, and I met some United Kingdom Rangers. They actually brought, what are they called? I almost said Katusas. Oh my god. What the hell are the name of the guys from Nepal? They have a kukri. Oh my god, it's going to drive me nuts. Someone's going to write it. I'm going to look at chat. Who are the guys that carry the kukri, the knife, and they're from Nepal, and the Brits use them? Oh my god, what the fuck are the name of those guys? It's going to drive me nuts. No, not Night Stalkers. They're called something else. Gurkha! Wow, I just saw like 15 Gurkhas pop up. Thank you guys. It just loaded. Yes, Gurkhas. Thank you. So they had Gurkhas there with them, which, by the way, I will say, I was super excited to meet a Gurkha. They were very nice, very humble, down-to-earth guys. Like, they were super polite. It was really cool. But mixing a thick Nepalese accent with a thick British accent, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to try and understand that was English. I have no idea how those guys are effective on the battlefield with their comrades because I couldn't understand half of the shit that they were saying, but they were very, very nice. Anyways, the only reason I know that is because those guys, they were Rangers. And so I was like, oh, I didn't, the UK had Rangers. And he's like, oh, no, we're kind of new. We used to be something different, but they kind of changed us over. So that's the only reason I say US Rangers. We've been around for a very, very long time. UK Rangers are learning quickly. I would never speak poorly about them, but I think that if you were going to like pit one against the other, I'm going to say US Rangers. Just because of operational experience. Gurkha's, and Gurkha's one more time in case someone missed it. Kukri is my favorite blade. I've never found the usefulness in it, but again, I've had not spent much time in jungles. And a kukri is pretty much a shortened version of a machete with a curve in it, and it looks cool as shit. My dad fixed F4s in the Navy for VF-84 and the Jolly Rogers on the USS Independence. I'm also in the process of trying to increase my VA disability rating. I'm trying to get me one of those. That's I'm going to be on my way out the door here soon. Yeah. Create a Quebec character, make it speak French. French Canadian is weird. My thoughts on French nuclear warning shot. I did hear little rumblings about that. I don't know enough details to probably make an assessment, but okay. It's a difference in politics. Now, what France is doing with that statement, again, this is from the outside looking in. I don't know all the details, but it's a difference in politics. Have you ever noticed that when the U.S. was sucker punched, we never said the word nuclear war? We don't say that. We de-escalate. That's how American politics work. That's how most Western politics work. Hey, let's de-escalate this before we have to go any further. Let's chill the fuck out. Let's chill the fuck out. And the only time that people have ever had to, like, learn the hard way, Saddam Hussein, fucking Iran and Operation Praying Mantis, because Operation Praying Mantis wasn't just a one-off. It wasn't like, hey, we hit this thing and that was it. No, before that, Iran attacked a U.S. naval ship for like hours. And we de-escalated. And then we hit a sea mine. And that's when Reagan was like, all right, fuck them up. What do we do? So Russia, on the other hand, their politics, the way they work is they escalate before they de-escalate. That's why, like, they get a fucking hangnail. I'm gonna use nukes. Like, it's always the first go-to for them, which I really think is just bad politics in general. So France going that direction, it's a little questionable, if that makes sense. Let me see here. Don't touch the boats. Don't touch our boats. Everyone just don't touch the fucking boats. I live in Wyoming, and we all laugh at the dumbasses who think Yellowstone is a petting zoo. Bro, I used to live in Laramie, Wyoming. I lived there for 6 months. I was a janitor at Ivinson Memorial Hospital. It was an awful job, by the way. But yeah, we used to refer to the every summer we would get a bunch of the techies at Wyotech, and every winter they were crashing their cars, sliding all over the place because they didn't know how to drive in the fucking snow. I'm scrolling past 700 Gurkhas right now. That's on me. Hey Wolfram, I have both chats up. I have live chat on the left, and I have top chat right here. I'm good. Don't touch the buffalo, Japan. The buffalo. Don't touch the buffalo. I know you meant actual buffalo, but I refer to Knox as a buffalo. He is a buffalo. You want a kukri? I wouldn't say no to a kukri. I've never gone out like I want one. Kid, if you don't drop time to escape, you're getting canards. Oh. I swear to God, I'll burn this whole motherfucker to the ground before you put those things on me. Not happening. Kid doesn't want canards. Talking about firefighting, check the park fire in California. Yeah, I saw that. Man. Like, Cali is burning. Is that the one where the guy like lit his truck on fire and pushed it down a hill, or is that a different fire? Because I know he just got arrested. I saw that as I was passing, and I saw it on the news today. I sent you more stuff about how did you like your USS birthday meme? Why not show a few off to have a laugh on stream? Any ideas for a request? Hold on. I gotta remember where you sent it at. Hold on. Is it on? I gotta check, because only some things I access from my phone. Come on. Okay, not in there. Okay. Where's my DMs? I'm so lost in this shit, man. Okay, yeah, I got him. From New Zealand. Okay, Let me see. Try and find a good one here. Battle of Philippine, late birthday surprise. Oh, Mrs. Linecrosser said, was the funniest thing that happened during basic training? Someone asked that. I will get to that in 1 second. For some reason, they're not opening the right way. I'm sorry right now. My bad, dude. Yeah, they're not. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, man. UK Ranger Regiment was created in 2021, so in terms of experience, yeah, US Rangers are ahead. For now. That's fair. Let me go. All right, so the question was, I'm going to scroll back up to where I was. Sorry, I'm trying to stay on top of it. It's like watching your granddad learn about phones. Leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone. I'm old. Funny story in basic training. So we had this guy, Drill Sergeant Williams. And Drill Sergeant Williams, I shit you not, and I'm not making this up. This is 100% fact. He used to talk like this. Everywhere we went, hey, Brian, come here. I want to talk to you about... Like, that's how he talked. It was the strangest thing. And I remember I was on red line, and in the hallways, like, every basic training has a red line or a ready line or whatever they call it, right? And we had literally a red line in the hallways that when you were told to get on red line, you ran out your door and you stood at the position of attention at red line, and then they would put you parade rest or whatever. And I remember there was a dude in my bay who had like a shaving problem, so he had like these shaving oils, and back in 2009, you couldn't have anything except for shaving cream you bought from the PX. That's the only thing you could have. And so they did a health and welfare, which they just tear your shit apart. And my Drill Sergeant Cook, comes walking out of the bay and goes, "What the hell are these?" And Private, what's his name, was like, "Hey, those are my shaving oils, Drill Sergeant." He's like, "You're not allowed to have them." And he just poured them out on the floor. You see where I'm at, right? Tile floor, oils, right in front of me. And I'm at parade rest. I don't move at parade rest, okay? I see out of my peripherals Drill Sergeant Williams coming down the hallway. And I'm like, should I say something? I can't talk at parade rest. He'll yell at me if I talk, so I'm not going to talk. All right, I'm going to sit there silently. And all I saw were two boots go up in front of me, and I heard him hit the ground. I was like, and I held it. I held it together. I held it, okay? And then this is what I saw. I'm going to do it on camera so you guys see exactly what I saw, okay? I'm going to get down below the desk. Holy shit, Brian, I'm going to fucking kill myself. And that was it. I lost it. I fucking lost it. And I got the shit smoked out of me, and it was worth every goddamn second. Sorry. Try to give him a second. I'm trying, guys. All right, Miss Nancy Reagan christening the F-15. I christened the Eagle, and may you reign supreme in your domain. The EX is really good. The EX is a really good aircraft. Shout out to my son, Sergeant Noah T, who just got accepted to the JCU, part of the JSOC. No shit, basically, jump qualified tier 1. Hell yeah, my dude. Congratulations. Shout out to your son, Sergeant Noah T. Yeah, when he fell, that was it. That was it. I was upstairs like, he was smoking me, and I'm like pouring sweat, and he's like, "Is it still funny, Pratt?" And I'm like, "Yes, Drill Sergeant." Like, it was worth it. It was totally fucking worth it, man. That was so goddamn funny. Yeah. So, you're right and wrong about the F4. Not enough text to get into it, but fixed the issues. Air Force added guns. Navy made Top Gun instead. That makes sense. Mrs. Linecross was like, "Don't read out loud." She's yelling at me. HLC plus technology is confused. Look, man, my Patriot system is like an 8-bit system. You leave me alone. Mrs. Linecross told me that I need to find something from somebody named KCJ or something like that. I hold on. I'm trying to... Okay, I'm not going to read it out loud. CJ Knuckles, right? That's what you want me. Okay, CJ. Hey, I'm not going to read it out loud, man. That's tough, dude. That is really tough. Like I said a little while ago. I don't know if you were in here. It's just an obstacle, man. You're not defined by the obstacles in your life. It's how you overcome those. I've been there. I have been at rock bottom with nothing and nobody, man, and it sucks. It sucks a lot. I wish I had some better words of encouragement, like, "Hey, it's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be fine. Life is tough. Life is always going to be tough. But this is the life we have to live, man. And I know you got it. You can pick yourself up, man. And you don't got to say sorry. I did ask. I asked how your week was, man. And no matter how bad or good it is, I'm glad you choose to spend some of your time here with me. That's what I care about. I'm glad I could be here for you, at least digitally, you know. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, Joshua Matthew says this too shall pass. Everything will come to an end, man. You will be a better person for it. Take everything as a lesson, man. Semper Gumby. Yeah. For those of you who are not in the military and never heard Semper Gumby, so Semper Fi, or Semper Fidelis, which is the Marine Corps thing, which is always faithful. Semper Gumby is always flexible. that's what it means, Semper Gumby, always flexible. So, Delaware is the oldest state in the United States. Delaware is not a state. I've never met anyone from Delaware. Okay, I had one guy that I used to work with. He's like, I'm from Delaware. No, you're not. You're a plant. You're a fucking special agent. Nobody's from Delaware. Somebody joins the military. I'm from Texas. I believe him. I'm from California. I believe him. I'm from North Dakota. So literally every other state. No, I've never met someone from New Hampshire. That's not a real state either. But yeah, no one's from Delaware. I lived by Semper Gumby. Oh yeah. Royal Marines or the Aussies would win. What? Sorry, did I miss something? I got to go to Oshkosh. I would love to go to Oshkosh, man. Okay, this is in French. We're going to try and... Hold on. Oh, come on. For your information, the character from Quebec must speak French due to the French language charter law. Now I know. See, Robin, I had to do it. I didn't know you spoke French, Robin. Someone said dirty Frenchman. There's a French charter law? I didn't know it was a thing. I thought Canadians just spoke French like because it was kind of like still there. I didn't know it was a law. The Air Force Base where I live in Florida is doing something because I'm seeing a lot of QF-16s in the sky lately. I probably just training. I mean, this is the summertime, and a lot of National Guard units do a lot of their training during the summertime. So, Royal Marines still can't shoot straight unless they spend an extra 2 years in boot. Y'all talking about some shit? Not military, but my police academy. We had a recruit address. Oh yeah, I had one of the guys that I was in basic with. His name was Max Brock. I will never forget his name because it is a porn star name. If your last name is Brock, do not name your kid Max. I'm sorry, Max Brock is a porn star name, so I'll never forget that name. And for some reason they were all whipping me with like towels and belts and shit. And drill sergeant came in. I literally have my M4 by the barrel, and I'm swinging it at a room full of people who were attacking me. And like they call it ease, and I just stopped. And then he took all of them and smoked the living shit out of them until like 2 a.m. And he like Max woke me up, and he's like, "Long, guess what?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just got done getting smoked. It's 2 a.m." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "It was worth it." And I didn't sleep that night. Honestly, I like Brock. He was a good dude. Still didn't sleep that night. Forgot to ask about the muffled submarines talking shit. I need to do that. I really need to do that with the submarines that are just like, yeah. I'm from Delaware. Army said, "No, you're not, Old Squirrel. You're not from Delaware. No one's from Delaware. People said the president was from Delaware. He's not. He doesn't even have a house in Delaware." Hang on, I think I know some of this. Je suis. Maybe that's right. Quebecois? Yep, I never took French. I took Spanish in a school that was like 90% Mexican. Yep, that's the only foreign language we offered. I live in New Hampshire, born and raised. No, you're not, Mike. No. Do the Aussie Virginia class boats? What is a Delaware? It's not a state. It's not a state in the United States. No one's from Delaware. My dad was a crew chief on the CH-53. That's Chinook, right? 53s? I can't remember all the numbers off the top of my head. You want to be an 88 Mike. So an 88 Mike, they are the locators of IEDs. I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. That's a really, like, it's... Look, on the plus side, either way, you get a holiday if you're an 88 Mike. If you're bad at your job, Memorial Day. If you're good at your job, Veterans Day. It's, you know, either way. I'm sorry, it's another terrible joke. But in the veteran community, that joke fucking kills. 88 Mikes are Army truckers. That's really what they are. And I talk a little bit of shit, but I tell you right now, them 88 Mikes that came to us in Afghanistan, they never once missed a shipment. They would show up missing tires, having like leaking fuel after running over landmines, and they're like, hey man, we gotta go. And they drop their load and just roll. Like, they never missed a load. So I got a soft spot for 88 Mikes too. There's a lot of MOSs in the Army that I'm just like, I never really mess with those guys. But like, I love CBs. I love combat engineers. I love EOD. I love 88 Mikes. I love my commo. I love my medics. And I love my cooks. Like, that's, and my mechanics. That right there. That is not in any specific order. They're all kind of just like, be good to those people. Is Poland really as feisty as you put them? Yes, absolutely. So if you pay really, really close attention to like world politics, Poland is... I apologize if there's any Polish in here right now. They're feral. Like, they're fucking feral, man. Like, they want so much. Like, have you Googled recently, and I'm not talking shit, Young, how much shit that Poland has bought? Like, just off the top of my head, 96 Apache attack helicopters, 88 F-35s, fucking they're building 800 K2 PLs, which are the Korean Black Panther tanks. They bought 250 M1A2 SEP V3s, Abrams. They got like 100 and some odd fucking Leopard tanks. They are buying 6 more Patriot systems. They're buying like 130 new launchers for the Malinaru system. Like, these guys, they're ready to fight. Like, they are... The president of Serbia, I haven't had a reason to use this, but I read it, and I haven't got a joke for it yet, but the president of Serbia was recently quoted saying that, like, America is preparing, or excuse me, the West is preparing faster than anyone expected. Like, all Western countries are arming to the teeth right now, and it's pretty clear why. And Poland is, like, ground zero for that. Because no way in hell, because of the bond we have with the Polish, no way in hell will the United Kingdom, will Finland, will fucking the United States, anyone else in NATO, France even, maybe France, will they let Poland fall? No way in fucking hell. So Poland, they're going to be ground zero for anything that happens. And I hate that Poland is in such a position that the last 2 world wars started there, and it's possible that the next one may as well. That really sucks for Poland. Oh, CH-53 is the Sea Stallion. Okay, you guys are right. Ex-Air Force EOD. My car shit to bed this week. I'm scrambling, getting through it though. Hey man, glad you're doing okay. Glad you made it back as EOD. Hey man, it's always tough when a car goes down. I saw someone say Protocol 4. He sees me reaching for the bag. You see him? His eyes just perked up. I'm going to put my hand away. Just put my hand down, dude. Don't pay attention to it. I'm going to reach for it again. Ah, there he goes. Yeah. All right, come on, puppies. Want a cookie? Ah, speak. There you go. Rain, can you speak? Speak? No, not you, fat boy. All right, turn around then. I should get another like camera so you guys can see the tricks that they do. All right, you're a good boy. All right, go lay down. You can't have too many of those. Those ones are fat. Like, those ones will make you fat. Only French you need to know is tabernacle. I don't know what... I may have just said a really bad word in France. French. Jesus. They always have a blast at work. I mean, that's a fucked up joke, but you're not wrong, Texas. I was born and raised, currently live in Quebec. That's why I can speak French. It's not waterboarding if it's done with maple syrup. Ah, good old Canadians. Never change, man. Your late husband was EOD. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about his passing, but that's that's EOD. I fuck with EOD, man. But it depends on the EOD. All right, don't take this the wrong way. My experience is not everyone's experience, But when we would work with EOD, we eventually started asking, which EOD team is it? Because we had so many fucking IEDs, like our guys in Afghanistan, our Army EOD team that was attached to our battalion would leave the wire and not go back home for like 2 weeks at a time because they were just IED. And they were like sleeping in their trucks and just trying to keep moving. So like they were run ragged. So they ended up bringing in a Navy team, which I never worked with, and an Air Force team, which I worked with once. The Air Force team was very overcautious, like incredibly overcautious. The Army team was like, where's the battery? Cool, there's the battery, and they'd unhook the battery and just like rip shit out. Like as long as they were like had some kind of cover, they're like, whatever, I got shit to do. The Air Force team, when they had to pull a battery, they put a grappling hook on the battery, made sure everyone was 300 yards away, 300 meters, whatever, and then they would pull the battery with the grappling hook, and then they would go up, make sure the battery was unhooked, and then they would, do everything else. And it's just like, that's just excessive, man. That's just excessive. Like, we got shit to do. That's why we come back. That's fair. Hey, Brian, I can't be mad. Like, just very, very cautious. Chicken thighs or chicken breast? Depends on my mood, man. I do like dark meat. I fuck with dark meat, right? So, like, there's this place back home in Las Cruces. Well, I say back home. That's where I'm going to end up living after I get out. It's called K-Bowl. It's on University. And they do, like, one of their bowls they have is made with chicken that they chop up into it. And it's dark meat. And it's delicious. It's phenomenal. But my wife, she makes some really, really good chicken breast. Like, she seasons it all up, and I throw that bad boy in the air fryer. By the way, air fryer is like my drug now. You guys can hate me all you want to, but I will not say that it is my favorite way to eat a steak, but it is by far the simplest way to cook a steak. You toss a ribeye in an air fryer, 7 minutes each side, you got a perfect medium steak. Just as you need. Maybe 7.5 minutes, might get a medium well. 6.5 minutes, you might get a medium rare. 6 minutes each side, you might get a rare. Adjust as needed. 400 degrees, both sides, boom, done. It's the easiest way to make a steak. Easiest. And it's pretty good. It's not bad. This week was exhausting. Tell me about it, M169. Poland after World War II and being controlled by the USSR. Yep. The Boer will fight with sticks and bare hands. Polish are... They are... I will not say that they're hoping for a fight, but if it comes, my money's on Poland. Just because of the Polish that I've met and the way that their military works and how closely they are with us. Like, and Poland is one of those ones that like everyone else is like, don't mess with me, and Poland's like, mess with me. Please. Come across that border. Walk in that room. I dare you. Like, Poland is waiting. Poland will claim all Russian land at the FAFO. Big time, bro. Super late because of Deadpool 3. Ooh, I want to go see it. It was good. Tears. I laughed her a couple times. Nice. Wife not so much, maybe because she's not a fan. Can we restart? So we're just talking about our week, man. I've been super busy buying a house. I close on it next week. One of those amazing opportunities that I've been offered in my life, and I'm couldn't be happier. You guys, your support, not just the financial support, just watching my videos. It's really like words can't express how thankful I am for this life that I've been given. And I know like a lot of it is the hard work and the effort that I put in. Like, don't get me wrong, there's no illusions there. Like, I know I do put a lot of effort into this stuff, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who put in a lot of effort and they never get anywhere. So I know that there's an inherent amount of luck there with it. So I do consider myself incredibly lucky. Mrs. is out there. She's doing laundry stuff. Maple sap is different than maple syrup. You got to boil 40 liters of maple sap to go. Really? I believe you, because a Canadian would know that. A Canadian would know that off the top of their fucking head. Worked with the Polish man. He was feral. The Canadians have honey badgers. Yeah, but we also got just regular badgers. And I tell you right now, I don't know about any of y'all. I spent a lot of time in the woods. I used to hunt a lot as a kid. I don't hunt as much as an adult. I do a lot of fishing. And I remember when I was hunting, I was younger. I had a 30-06 rifle. I was deer. I think I was mule deer hunting at that point in time. And we have badgers in Colorado. And I don't know if you know this, but they will run at you and they will hiss. And they are not scared of a 30-06 rifle. I fired 2 shots and then dropped the rifle and ran like a bitch. And as I'm running from this thing that is, believe it or not, they're not that fast. Like you can outrun them, like give or take. But as I was running, I was just like, can it climb trees? I should have watched more Discovery Channel. Like, shit, I don't know what to do. And then it eventually fucked off. But yeah, no, I will shoot my wife in the leg to get away from a badger in the future. I don't fuck with badgers. 88 mics have more toys than most infantry bats have. You're not wrong. Nades, HE Smoke, and MRE toys. Lots of MRE toys. Oh, I got no hate for the 88 mics. They named the bear. Who named the bear? Navy EOD is the best. No other EOD has trained anti-bomb and bomb delivery dolphins. No, that's you're right. I've heard about that. I don't know if the program ever actually went through. Wolverines. There you go. Wolverines. Sorry. They look the fucking same. They're from the same family, okay? They're white. They're wide. I remember exactly what they look like. They're like white. They got black stripes down their back, or maybe they're black with white. No, they're white with black stripes. They're out like this, and they got fucking mean looking claws, and they hiss as they run at you. They like it's terrifying. It's awful. Video idea: switch voices for countries. Blame the growler. that's actually kind of funny. That's pretty funny. Is there a possibility of getting Abrams since I was a tanker? Yeah, I've messed with the Abrams here and there. I just haven't really created the character for it. And right now I would say there's not enough Abrams news, but there is. I just haven't really focused on it. In Ukraine, there is some Abrams news, so I could bring up the Abrams. A lot of people have asked for tanks and artillery, and I really should. Nice to see our Super Chat donation being put to good use. Congrats on the house. Is it in New Mexico where you say you want to retire? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I put a lot of my own money into it too. Obviously, I'm gonna have a mortgage, but not if she shoots you first. Poles named a bear and gave a. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, the bear. What do I think about the AC-130? I think the AC-130 is a phenomenal. Fix my mic. What's wrong with my mic? I'm looking at the levels coming through perfectly fine. I'll get a new mic. I mean, I plan on kind of upgrading this mic anyways because it has a lot of echo in this background. Not a fan of that. Marines are giving up their tank. Well, they did already. Bradleys are smoking a lot of Russians lately. Yeah. I'll work on fixing my mic, man. Fix my audio output. What? Is it coming through the damn... It shouldn't be. It should be coming through my headphones. What? I'm kind of lost. Sorry. I only got 15 minutes left. I should collab. I have collabed with the Fat Electrician. Then wrestled with him at the Edinburgh Zoo. Yeah, I've collabed with the Fat Electrician once. I sound like speakerphone. Well, it's probably because there's a bit of an echo in this room. These sound dampeners don't work as well as I'd hoped. I'm going to have a few more of them. Pulling. Just try to touch my stuff. What are my thoughts on the FPV strike drones? Wow. I think that it's a new age in warfare. It really is. It's been a long time coming, and I don't know what's going to come of it. It's kind of scary. It really just, it's a new age in warfare. It's like when the tank rolled out in World War I. It's just changed warfare. And right now, we don't fully know how to react to it. And eventually some system is going to come online. I don't know what system, and it's going to make those obsolete. And then there's going to be a new weapon. So it's, I don't know. And I'm not saying tanks are obsolete. I would never say tanks are obsolete. But I will say, with the development of modern anti-tank weapons, that tanks in an urban environment or in a easily maneuverable environment for like foot traffic, they're at a heavy disadvantage. You can lose a column of tanks to 4 guys. I mean, it's really bad. But if they support infantry the way that they're supposed to, yeah, they're a little bit more of a battlefield determiner. Determiner? That's not a word. Imagine if Canada and the U.S. merged, creating 63 war tribes in a trench coat. Oh, I don't know, man. Canada, like, I love Canada, but you realize like most of y'all land up there is like not inhabitable. Long live Franklin. Everyone loves Franklin. I think I can speak for everyone. Thanks for the content and support. Congrats on that. Thank you so much, man. I'm honestly, I'm just so thankful for you guys. Wolfram Wrong. Sorry, I didn't say about the AC-130. I didn't even finish. I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. The AC-130. What are my thoughts on the AC-130? Great aircraft. Very capable aircraft. Very useful in non-air denied environments. I love the AC-130. I love it. Great. It's so cool, right? It's just a flying gun warehouse. That's really what it is. And it's super cool. But in a contested air environment, it's a very large, very slow target. Now it will have, I'm sure it has electronic warfare on board of some kind. What that is, I don't know. It has flares, they have chaff, like they have all the other things, but I don't know like what. Honestly, a good modern fighter against an AC-130, the AC-130 is probably going to lose. Just being honest. But that's why America really focuses on 2 things when we go into a fight. We focus on air superiority and logistics infrastructure. Those are 2 things that like are the forefront of our mind when we go into war. Oh man. And Jory Channel was 3rd Anglico? I've never even heard that word. U.S. Marines. You're okay for being Army. I'm also a retired engineer. Find the air and missile defense to be an interesting and cool. Hey, man, I'm glad I can help you out. Like, it's really strange. I have a lot of students come up to me and they're like, hey, thank you for what you do. But they thank me not because, I'm like, yeah, some of them thank me for, like, making them laugh and stuff. But a lot of them are like, you're bringing attention to a branch that no one has ever cared about. And that's what they really like. Because I am excited about this job. I love this job. I love, like, the air defense side of it. The other dumb stuff just sucks. But like it's a really interesting thing, and I wasn't interested in it until I like forced myself. I kind of drank, I tell everyone when you join the military, drink the Kool-Aid, because you'll learn to enjoy your job. So like you go into an infantry unit and they're like, no one's better than infantry. They literally like indoctrinate you. Air defenders never did that. They didn't do that for me. Tankers, it's like, yeah, your tank is everything. You live, you die, you breathe, everything on your tank. That's the way tankers are. Air defense was never that way. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense, man. This system is equally as important to me as it is to everybody else. We die if this thing doesn't work. Didn't mean to confuse you. You sound fine. Some seem to have a problem with hearing the room. Oh, okay. My bad. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Zadok, you're still in here, man? I thought you were gone a little while ago. I haven't been paying attention to names. That's fine. AC-130, like the A-10, needs air cover. Exactly. Boxer drop, let the kid out. Run into any fun Russian bots lately? No, it's actually quite interesting. Russian bots have like decided to leave me alone. I think it's because of you guys. It's funny because oftentimes because of the amazing like following, and I don't like using that word really that much because it makes me feel like it makes me feel like I'm full of myself. But the following that I have, you guys take care of things like yourself. It's crazy. Sometimes I'll read through a comment section, someone will say something negative, and there's like 50 of you in there like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Check out this. Like, you guys are on it. It's funny because I saw it come to fruition one time. Eric, who runs Echelon, which is an energy drink company, forewarning, those energy drinks, delicious. Phenomenal. No sugar. They're infused with chili. Like, they got a little spice to them. Great. They taste so damn good. They are dangerous. Like they are, they got some power. But anyways, Eric, he took a picture of me and Tyler Butterworth. He didn't know who I was. That's fine. I don't expect everyone to know who I am, right? So I didn't even think anything of it. He just took a picture, was like, hey, can I get a picture with you guys? He handed me an echelon. I was like, here, can I just get a picture of you guys with it? You can have those. No big deal. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, no problem, dude. And he did that, and he posted the picture, tagged Tyler Buttersworth. And y'all went into that comment section and you're like, how could you not tag HLC? And he contacted me. He's like, bro, I had no idea your following was going to come after me like that. I re-uploaded it and tagged you. My bad. I was like, yeah, bro, they're feral sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, man. But you guys are amazing. You guys really are. What is my favorite infantry division? 4th Infantry Division all day long. The Ivy Division. I'm a little biased there because I was in 4th ID. I love 4th ID. 4th ID is the weirdest place to ever serve in the Army because they're more... 4th ID is better equipped than like every other infantry division in the Army, but they send like the worst leaders there. It's the weirdest thing. Like you always have the newest shit, but a battalion commander who can't like tie his shoes. It's the strangest place to be, man. We're feral for sure. Bully them with our autism. Do I know about the Civil Air Patrol? I know very little about the Civil Air Patrol. I know they exist. That's about it. Rabid Raccoon. Imagine Russia's reaction to seeing the country with a defense budget of my God. Oh, I'm telling you, there is one person, there's one military that has ever experienced the combined force of NATO. Because NATO really didn't exist, all those years ago during World War II. We were just like the Allies. But there is only one force on this earth that ever dealt with like a full broadside from NATO, giving them everything they had. And that was Saddam Hussein in 1991. In case you guys were unaware, 1991, Iraq was the 4th most heavily guarded nation in the world. They had like the 4th biggest military in the world. They had the most heavily air defended nation in that hemisphere. And NATO, mostly America, but I do got to give a lot of credit to our coalition partners, right? We just threw more into it than everyone else. It's because we had more. Folded them in like 100 hours with almost no loss of life. Like, the sheer fact that they could do that should be terrifying to anybody. Like, I know like the Russian bots out there are just talking. I guess you're right. Korea did. Well, Iraq got rolled like a bitch. I love it. Korea, yeah. I don't know. Korea was a weird thing because we started fighting the Chinese once we got way up there. So, like, yeah, it was Korea, but mostly it was the Chinese. Because the North Koreans, we pushed them back quick. Is Civil Air Patrol like Air National Guard? I don't know. You might be able to contact like a recruiter and maybe ask those questions. I wish I had a better answer for Schwarman Norman Schwarzkopf. Schwarzkopf was a fucking gangster. I like Schwarzkopf just because of his mentality. Like he wanted to finish it so quick that politicians couldn't fuck it up, and he did. I mean, imagine you're like, all right, General Schwarzkopf, we're putting you in charge. Need to deal with this threat from Saddam Hussein, and he just walks in like 8 days later and is like, they've surrendered. What? Like that's. I would have paid to be a fly on the wall in the fucking Oval Office when that shit happened. I know. It's just like, that's wild, man. Was the Trump assassination real or fake? I will tell you from somebody who has a limited, not great, I shoot better than the average bear, but I don't have a lot of long distance range time. I am a squad designated marksman. I was in Afghanistan. I went through a designated marksman's course. I've reached out to 1,000 yards. From a ballistics perspective, that was real as hell. Because that rifle that they used was incapable of maintaining a tighter than like 2.5 or 2 MOA and a minute of angle. Aside from being used in ballistics and things like that, it's ultimately the easiest way to look at it is without the possibility of human error. The tightest pattern that weapon can make is 2 inches at 100 yards, 4 inches at 200 yards, so on and so forth. My M14 was a 1 minute of angle rifle. The M21 that the Marine Corps and the Army snipers use, I think it's like a 1/4 MOA rifle. Like it's super accurate. So the margin of error is so incredibly high there. I don't think it was faked. I don't, under any circumstances. I think it was a madman with a weapon who tried to do something awful. And I think that we as Americans need to take a quick look at, like, the first place I wanted to look was, I didn't want to blame, Republicans or Democrats. I didn't want to blame anyone like that. I wanted to, like, are we the problem? That's the first place I always look. And I think that that's a good kind of rule of thumb for everybody, is the first place you should always look whenever something goes wrong is in the mirror. And then sometimes, like, there's sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm like, not my fault. This person was stupid. And that's kind of where I'm at. You believe so too? Okay. Franklin, a spy from Poland trying to help the kid get to Poland. He might be. He might be. Can you do an AC-130 video? I've had the AC-130 in a few times. Make a collab with C and Arsenal. I'm not familiar with C and Arsenal. I'll put them on the list. I don't know everybody on YouTube, man. I'm meeting more as the day goes on. All right, tomahawks tend to do that when fired bunches of 100. I'm still like going through and getting all the other words. Hold on. There we go. It just dropped to the bottom. So Blue Jay, with your tanker background and Ryan Macbeth, do a collab talking about it together would be cool. I could mess with that. I could mess with that with his anti-tank background. I don't have. I will admit now I have more air defense experience than I had tanker experience. I did like one real gunnery as a driver and one half-ass gunnery as like a loader, and then I trained in TCGST and I fired a couple of rounds at like at a bore site. Like I wasn't a tanker for a long time. You know, it was like 3 years, and most of that was just in Afghanistan. Well, a year of that was in Afghanistan. Look up Spirit 3, enjoy your stuff, and the guy that asked about the F-22 are used to intercepts in AK. They replace F-15s in that role. Yeah, they're used F-22. Yeah, they're sorry in AK. I had to reread that a couple of times. In Alaska, I know we got the F-22s up there. This is the thing. I feel like the F-22 has been used. I've heard rumors that it was used at the Battle of Conoco Fields in Syria against the not Russians. It was Wagner. Well, they were Russian, but they were Wagner. I've heard rumors about it. I don't know how accurate it is. I would really, really love to dig into that. Oh, I heard about the female in the F-18. The kid doesn't know yet. I don't think we'll tell him. Maybe in the next video we'll tell him. Yours is a 77th Infantry Division. That's the one that looks like an hourglass, isn't it? The patch? Yeah. There we go. I'm scrolling on down. Oh. Here we go. We are at 2 hours, so I got to finish this up real quick, guys. I cast upon the instant Brazilian wax. Ah! I want to see a collab with Fat Electrician where it tells stories and chime in with characters. Someday. There's a lot of things I want to do. Right now, I don't have the time to do, and collabing with the Fat Electrician is very high on that list, as well as a few other creators. Mission to provide emergency response, aviation, and ground services. Civil Air Patrol. There you go. So is Civil Air Patrol a freaking military? Like, is it part of DOD? Check my DMs. I've been, dude, my phone's been going off 100 times. Cars and Airplanes is in here. He's the guy that got me the picture of the F-22 test pilot with my shirt. What did I think when I DM'd you Wednesday night and I DM'd you a picture of my shirt in front of an F-22? Honestly, Cars and Jets, that was cool as shit. That was like, it was very humbling. It was one of those, like, I wanted to like jump for joy, but like I was just so taken back that, like, think about everything that had to happen for you to want to do that. Like, it's I'm so privileged that I was able to make you so happy that that's something you wanted to do, man. Like, it's so wild, dude. I will tell you guys, we are at our 2 hour mark. So every Friday, in case you're unaware, every Friday I stream for 2 hours and I talk and I try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. We just chit chat back and forth. So as always, do not give into the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. Make sure you guys go check out, was it Cars and Jets on Instagram. He tagged, like, I tagged him in the photos. So go check him out on Instagram, man. He's got some good stuff. So you got to go to Oshkosh. Maybe I'll get to go next year. So do not give in to 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing, and I absolutely mean that. If you need help, please reach out. Reach out to a friend. I can't get a hold of everybody all the time, man. I cannot. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. So take care of yourself, right? I'll see you guys later.